Hi, folks. Sorry for the long wait between episode 260 and 261. A lot of stuff happened, folks. Trust me. Not bad, but a lot of stuff. I hope you understand, because if I were you, I probably wouldn't understand, but you get the gist. Let's look at the Cavs to kick things off with the team leaders. There's Evan Mobley, the leader for the Cavs in blocks per game with 1.5. And Donovan Mitchell has 23.7 points per game and 1.5 steals per game. Did I also mention Jared Allen leads those Cavs with 10.4 rebounds and 68.3 field goal percentage. Darius Garland with 6.5 assists per game. And he also has a 94.4, free throw percentage. So that's not bad. Not bad at all, the Cavs, because they're 21-4. We got to more on where they stand in a bit. Let's look at the three games that happened from last week to now. First, the Cavs against the Denver Nuggets. Oh, yes, this game right here. The Cavs took command and won it 126-114, where we saw Donovan Mitchell get 28 points and 6 threes. Jared Allen, 15 rebounds. Evan Mobley, 20 points, 9 rebounds. Nikola Jokic, that dude right there, had a triple-double. That is pretty impressive. 27 points, 20 rebounds, 11 assists. It was all in vain, but still not a shabby day. Michael Porter Jr., 24 points. And Cavs were winning for just about the entirety of the game, despite Jokic's best efforts. And the Nuggets, Denver out-rebounded Cleveland by 2. That's a little surprising. But what wasn't surprising was that the Cavs beat a tough Denver Nuggets team. Then the Cavs at the Hornets was another win, 116-102, where we saw Evan Mobley hang 41, with more than half of them coming in the first quarter, I believe, like 23 or something like that. And he had 10 rebounds to go with it, whereas Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland had 18 points each. Brandon Miller, 25 for Charlotte, 17 for Daquan Jeffries of Charlotte. And the Hornets were winning for less than a minute, I think, in the game. They were doing pretty bad during that game, and each team had 6 steals. And speaking of bad, what is unfortunate is that the Cavs lost to the Miami Heat down in Miami, 122-113, where we saw the Cavs have 7 players score 10 points or more, Darius Garland being one of them with 23. Tyler Hero led the whole pack for both teams with 34 points and 7 assists. Bam Adebayo with 16 points, 13 rebounds. You know, I just like to say Cavs were winning after the first quarter, which is pretty good. But what wasn't good was that they had fewer rebounds and assists and fewer points, of course. That ain't good. What is good, however, is that we can look at the standings, and the Cavs hold a 1.5 game lead over the Boston Celtics. Really, in the Eastern Conference, it's just Cleveland and Boston. Everyone else kind of sucks. Cavs are 21-4, 1 loss at the Rock. And, of course, Boston, 19-5, 3 losses in the Garden. Leading the Western Conference are the Oklahoma City Thunder, 19-5. They got off to a strong start, too. Not as strong as the stars, the Cavs, of course, but still. But looking out there, the Houston Rockets are second on behalf of the Memphis Grizzlies, 17-8. Golden State sort of fell off a little bit. They're 14-10. They got off to a good start. Tomorrow night, the Cavs will take on the lowly Washington Wizards. That should be a steamrolling, I ought to say. They're 3-19. And the Cavs are home. That's always a good thing, isn't it, folks? I think it's a good thing. Is it at Cleveland? I believe it is. So there is that. Now, of course, Tommy's Picks was on delay for a while, mainly due in part that I hadn't had a show in a while. But have no fear, they're back and revamped with some high school basketball now. That's right, folks, high school basketball. Who would have thunk it? So let's get right into it. Shall we or shall we not? I think we shall. Boys basketball first. Highland will beat Revere. Padua will beat Walsh. St. Ed's is my lock of the week over Hoover. You saw what St. Ed's did to Brush. They beat a really good Brush team. Speaking of Brush, I think they're going to beat Lakewood. And Benedictine will beat John Hay. NDCL will beat Elyria Catholic. I got an upset right here. I think Midview will upset Amherst at their home court. Berea Mid-Park will beat Avon Lake in a good game. Copley, I think, will down Barberton in a tight game. Padua will beat CVC. Of course, Barberton did lose to Revere in overtime last week. That was a bit of a shocker. Brunswick will beat Glen Oak. Buckeye over Lakewood. Westlake over Rocky River. Firelands against Wellington. Got to pick Firelands. And Columbia will beat Brookside. And got the Rockets beating the Eagles in North Olmsted. High school girls basketball, which also features the Hornets and Minutemen, which will be the same day the boys play the Revere Minutemen. It's a doubleheader on WHBW tomorrow night starting at 6 p.m. Yes, I'm going to advertise myself. No, I will not apologize for it. Okay, maybe I will, but you get the gist. Anyways, tomorrow night we got a game of girls basketball on the, what do you call it? At 6 p.m. against the Revere Minutemen, and then at 7:30 p.m. we will take on the Revere Minutemen in boys basketball. 5-0 the girls, 2-0 the boys. Still a lot more work to be done. Let me be the first to say that. But I think we'll go to 6-0 in girls basketball with a win over Revere, and of course 3-0 in boys with a win over Revere. Copley's my lock of the week. They're probably going to beat the lights out of Barberton. We beat Barberton by 40 points. Dear God, that's insane. Barberton isn't really that good in girls basketball, unfortunately, which is quite a shame to see. I think the Rockets of Streetsboro will beat the Bulldogs of Woodridge. Bay will beat North Olmsted as well. And Twinsburg against North Royalton, my upset of the week. North Royalton will beat Twinsburg. Valley Forge against Normandy. Got to go with the Valley Forge Patriots. Even though both teams aren't really that good, we'll see who comes out on top. Rocky River, I think, will beat Westlake. We just got by Westlake out in Westlake, so there is that. Avon Lake against Berea Mid-Park. Got to go with the Avon Lake Shore Gals, is what they say, instead of Shoremen. But anyways, Oyer against Avon, got to go with Avon. Aurora will beat Roosevelt. Mayfield will beat Hathaway Brown. Crestwood, the Red Devils, I believe, they will beat Kenston. Nordonia against Hudson, got to go with Nordonia. Cleveland Heights against Shaker Heights, got to go with Shaker Heights. Euclid against Mentor, got to go with the Cardinals. Brunswick against St. Joe's, got to go with the Jags. D3 football quarterfinals. My goodness, we are getting really deep into that D3 tournament. Susquehanna against Bethel, got to go with Bethel. North Central, I think they will beat Springfield. Johns Hopkins, the Blue Jays, will beat UMHB, and Mount will beat Salisbury. NFL. That's right, folks. The NFL is still going on strong, even though the Browns are not. We'll get to how awful the Browns are in just a bit. Tonight, it's the 49ers against the Rams for Thursday Night Football. Got to go with the Rams, even though San Francisco's home. And then in a bad game, really terrible game, Panthers against the Cowboys. Got to go with the Cowboys, even though no one should win that game. Browns against the Chiefs. Guess what? The Browns are horrible. They are the worst team in the AFC North, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Fortunately, not the worst. I think the Giants are with 2 wins, which is pathetic. But you know what their 2 wins came to? They came to the Browns. Yes, I'm dead serious. That's pathetic. And Vegas has 2 wins too. You know what their 2 wins came to? You guessed it, the Browns. Oh my God. Cleveland's only beating Jacksonville, Sucksonville, somehow upset Baltimore, and of course somehow upset Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh got them last week, killing their shot at the playoffs. That's right, the Browns will not make the playoffs this year. They are 3-10. It is impossible for them to get in because us Browns fans can't have anything good in life. And the bad things are going to continue when they get pounded by Kansas City Sunday. Oh, God, I shudder to think what the final score of that game is going to be. Can't wait to hear all the crowd not say boo, but rather say Boo earns that entire game. They will, all 60 minutes. Mahomes is probably going to find a way to blow out the Browns because even though the Chiefs pull off some crazy dark magic ways of winning, they're probably going to steamroll Cleveland. Texans will beat Miami. Jacksonville will beat the Jets. God, someone's got to win that game. Saints against the Commies. Got to go with those Commies. So there is that. Giant losers against the Ravens. Oh, God, that's going to be another beatdown for a team at home. The Ravens are going to kill New York and the Giants. Tight ends, I think they upset Cincinnati. The Bengals have had such poor luck this season. And the Cardinals are my lock of the week against the lowly New England Patriots team. If I'm not mistaken, they have 3 wins as well. You can pull up the NFL app once more. And it says that the Patriots are 3-10. They are currently in dead last in the division because I believe they have a weaker division record. No, they got the same division record, 1-3 with the Jets. Both teams will not make the playoffs. And then Broncos against the Colts. Got to go with the Broncos. Lions, Bills. This is a Super Bowl caliber matchup. 2 teams that are sizzling hot. Bills already wrapped up the division. The Lions need to win this so they can run away with the division because as great as they've been, as much as they've been the story of the season, they may not win the division. They could, as far as we're concerned, finish in 3rd place in the NFC North. I think the Bills are going to win, though. But I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit grinds out a win with Dan Campbell's unbelievably and insanely aggressive approach. Chargers will beat the Buccaneers. Another Super Bowl preview. Eagles red hot lately. They go against the Steelers. The Eagles are in the playoffs. I think the Steelers are going to get in the playoffs too and win the division. And I'll continue with a win over Philadelphia. Packers against the Seahawks. I go with the Packers. Vikings, Bears on Monday night. One of the 2 Monday night games. The other one is also not a good game because those 2 teams suck instead of one team being really good and another team being really bad. Vikings are going to murder the Bears, and the Falcons are going to beat the Raiders. So that's just how it looks. Now, I'd just like to say my YouTube channel, WHBW, it's got 700 subscribers now, if I can pull it up. Yeah, 700 what now? 705, I think. Yep, 705. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. Be sure you hit the like button on the videos and subscribe. Especially if you're a Hornet fan or a Blue and Walsh Yellow Jacket fan. Because that's where the fun is. College football playoffs. We'll talk about the first round of the college football playoffs next week. Boys basketball, girls basketball, D3 semifinals, and of course, the NFL on WCTV. I almost said WHBW for some odd reason. But this is WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television. Time to thank you for watching. Goodbye, everybody.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.